Hey there everybody, it's Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another solo playthrough video. Today I am going to be trying out the solo version of Leaf. I have the Deluxe Edition, and this game is from Weird City Games. Designer is Tim Eisner, and the illustrator is Angela Riza. Now, I did an unboxing video of this game. If you'd like to check that out, click the eye in the top right corner. Also, Sam and I have previewed this game. If you'd like to check that video out, you can click the eye in the top right corner as well. And in this video, I will be showing you the solo version of the game. I am set up here for a solo game, and so I'll explain a little bit about what's going on. In this game, you are going to be playing leaf cards that are going to correspond to the different types of leaves that you see over here. You'll be placing them out into the center area of the board, trying to connect different points of different leaves, different colors of leaves, and the points that you connect correspond to the actions that you're going to be able to do. The colors of the leaves that you connect to tell you what type of actions you can do, whether that be to collect animal cards over here, which you are trying to get good sets of different types of animals, bigger sets of the same type of animals. You can also go up the tree over here, which is going to give you other benefits as you climb up the tree. Getting more leaf cards is important because you never want to start a turn without any leaf cards. You can also get yourself sun tokens, which are going to be important to advance the game forward, as well as putting out your mushrooms on the leaves. That's kind of like an area control part of the game, and that's pretty much the gist of what you'll be doing. You want to try to get as many points as possible throughout the course of the game. Now in this, I will be competing against the solo opponent, and they are controlled by this deck of cards right here. And so I have shuffled that up, and I will be flipping over a card each time it is the solo opponent's turn. But let's go ahead and finish the rest of setup here. For the rest of setup, the opponent is going to get one sun token, which you need 3 sun tokens to advance the marker that's way up there on the top left of the board. When you advance that marker forward, you're going to get a number of points. Lots of points at the beginning, but those points are going to get smaller as the game progresses. So you do want to advance the marker. But also, the opponent is going to get 2 random animal cards, so I'm going to go ahead and draw those now. And we can see that he got a squirrel and a hedgehog, or porcupine, or whatever that is. We're going to set those off to the side, and I'll bring them back on frame whenever I need to. The opponent never takes any leaf cards, doesn't need to, but he will be getting acorns, which are the victory points in the game, whenever he is able to do so. I do get some leaf cards though, and the number of leaf cards that I get is the same as if we were playing a 2-player game, and so I am going to get 3 leaf cards, taking the top 3 off the deck, and I have Sweet Gum, Sassafras, and another Sassafras, which is always nice to have 2 of the same. I'll be keeping my cards down below, and I will bring them back on frame as I play them. I'll be playing them right over here. And so that's that. I think we are ready to go. And so I am the first player, and I will be the red player as denoted by my player board over here. I'll be keeping my animals that I collect right here, and then when they get into my winter's den, I'll be putting them down here. Playing leaves out in the middle, obviously. I'm the red squirrel on the tree. The opponent is the green squirrel. So we are ready to go, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 sassafras at the same time. Now this is something that you can only do whenever you have 2 of a kind. You can play them together at the same time to play that particular leaf, which this is the sassafras leaf, and it happens to be yellow. Whenever you play 2 cards at the same time though, you do get to put one of your little mushrooms on the leaf, and so I am trying to connect as many points as possible, and I think that is a good option right there, because I get 1 orange there, another orange there, I get a green right there too, and a green right there. So I get 2 orange and 2 green. And so with the 2 oranges, I am going to be taking animal cards. And I like getting ones with acorns on them. So I'm going to take the 2 that have acorns on them. Right here, this squirrel has an acorn. And so that will get me 1 acorn, which is a victory point. And I'll go ahead and take the raven, which also has an acorn on it. And so I have 2 victory points, and I did that because not only do they have acorns on them, but there aren't any multiples that are currently in the market, so I might as well take 2 random ones that have acorns on them. All right, so those were my 2 orange actions. My 2 green actions are going to be to get 2 leaf cards. Green corresponds to getting leaf cards, and so I now have a tulip poplar, a trident maple, and a sweet gum. So those are my leaves. That's the end of my turn. It goes over to my opponent. My opponent is going to play a sassafras and trying to get as many yellow actions as possible. So sassafras happens to be red this time, and there is an order to which the opponent is going to be playing their leaves. They're not going to try to give me bonuses by playing on my leaves that have my mushrooms on them. They would try to stay away from that, but the card denotes that the opponent is really wanting to play according to yellow, trying to get as many yellow connections as possible. I don't know that that's going to give him any more than just 1. So 1 action seems to be the most. And then there is an order to which the opponent would prioritize getting other actions. And that order is red, orange, brown, yellow, green. So in other words, the opponent would not play here because it doesn't really care about getting green actions as much as it does about getting orange actions. And so it makes more sense for the opponent to play right there, getting 2 orange actions instead of the green actions. So we get 1 yellow action here, and yellow is just simply going to give the opponent a sun token, as it would be in a normal game. But the 2 orange ones are going to get animal cards, just like they would in a normal game. We're going to go off of this card here, determine breaking any ties in terms of what it's going to draft out of here, but it is trying to complete sets of 3 with its animals. So it's going to take a squirrel and a hedgehog before anything else, and then there happens to be a squirrel and a hedgehog, so it's going to take those 2, and the squirrel does have an acorn on it. And just like a normal opponent, the auto player does take acorns as well. So the opponent has 2 squirrels and 2 hedgehogs. All right, so it's back over to me, and I'm thinking... Oh, but going back to the leaf that the opponent played, my leaf does have a mushroom on it, and when that happens, I do get a sun token as my mushroom bonus, and so I now have a mushroom, or a sun. All right, I think I'm going to play the tulip poplar, and that's going to be a green leaf, and the reason for that, I'm going to see if this will stretch, and I don't think it's going to work. That makes a connection, but that's not really touching right up there, so that's not going to work on getting me what I really want, which would be 2 yellows. I could do that. That's not super exciting. 1 red, 1 yellow. You know what? That is pretty nice. I think I'm going to go with that there. That would get me 2 reds and 2 oranges, so let's go with that. I did forget to refill the animal market over here. And on that note, go ahead and turn on the Klingon subtitles just in case I do make any rules goofs along the way. You'll be notified of what those corrections might be. So I'm going to go ahead and take the raven that's up here. And with my second one, I could take it blindly off the top of the deck, but I am going to take this Oriole because it has the acorn on it. And now I do also get 2 red actions, which red is going to be mushrooms. And what I can do with my mushroom actions, I can turn a little mushroom into a big mushroom, which is important because I want to grow an area of connected leaves with my big mushrooms on them to get victory points at the end of the game. But then I could also use an action point to put a mushroom out there. I think I am going to do that for 1 action point, placing it on this red leaf here. But I will flip, I'm going to flip this one over as my second red action. So those are my 2 actions on my turn. It goes over to my opponent. My opponent is playing let's see, that's going to be this leaf up here. And it's going to try to play on red. It really enjoys red quite a bit. Let's see if there is a way for it to get multiple actions. I don't think there is. So we're going to do something like that. And I know, I think my frame kind of cuts off right here. So I'm going to try to keep everything going that way. All right, so 1 red action, 1 yellow action, and that does give me 2 suns on my turn. So that's great for me. That's unfortunate for the opponent. The opponent does have rules that tries to limit how many times it gives me suns because of my mushrooms. But in this instance, that was the only thing that it could do. And so 1 red, 1 yellow with that red action. The opponent is going to put one of their mushrooms out on an adjacent leaf that is with the most open tips. And so this brown leaf here does have 3 open tips, but this one has 2. This one has 1, 2, 3 as well. But the first one needs to be played on the leaf that you just played for the opponent. So he will put a mushroom right there, a baby mushroom, so that side, not the other side. And so that's going to be the red action. The yellow action is simply going to be to get another sun. And so he does have 3 suns. And so with 3 suns at the end of its turn, it can advance the sun marker at the very top of the board. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Which did cover up a 6, and so the opponent is going to get 6 acorns. And there you go. So if you're keeping track of the score, the opponent has 7 acorns while I only have 3. So not good so far. But now it's back over to me, and I've got a Trident Maple and a Sweet Gum to play. I do need more leaf cards, so I might be doing that, but I also want more animals because we're about to get ready for a frost. And so seeing those options, I'm probably gonna play this Sweet Gum card. And that would be this leaf up here, this yellow leaf, and might do that. I think that's gonna be the best option. That will get me 2 orange, 2 green. So we'll go ahead and draw our 2 greens. We got another Sweet Gum and another Sassafras. And with my 2 oranges, I keep forgetting to refill the market. Well, there's a lot of foxes over there, but I need to try and make something bigger than just a set of 2, and I only have 2 actions. I could take that Oriole and see about drawing blindly off the top of the deck. I think I'm going to do that. Ah, man, I got a frog. Okay, so those are my actions, and I am going to advance the sun marker. So playing 3 suns, that is going to advance the sun marker, which will get me 5 acorns. And now it is the first frost, so I have to move something that's up here and move it into my winter's den. I think I'm going to go ahead and move the Orioles down. And so those will give me victory points at the end of the game. depending on how many that I get by the end of the game. For any of the next 2 frosts, I could put more Orioles down in here, or I could start a new set of whatever I've got going on up here. My opponent does also put something away for its frost, and it's going to do the 2 squirrels. It had 2 hedgehogs, so that's, a wash, but he's also going to be trying to get more squirrels in his as well. All right, so it's back over to him, and he is going to be playing this leaf right here next to a green leaf for the most actions without giving me any actions with mushrooms. And so I think that's probably, let's see. Now that's pretty good. That's going to give him 2 green and 2 yellow. I think that would be something that it would want to do. Now, green for my opponent is just simply going to give him acorns. So he is going to get 2 acorns and 2 sun for the yellows. And that's it. That's all it does on its turn. It'll be back over to me on my turn. And I like red and I like yellow, so I'm going to try and make that be something that gives me a lot. I'm going to play sassafras. And we're going to get this one out here. I think we're playing the same type of leaves. But gosh, that's too good to pass up. I haven't gone up on the tree at all over there. So I'm going to get 2 red and 2 yellow. My 2 yellow are going to be simply getting suns. My 2 red are for mushrooms again. I'm going to turn this one into a big one for my first action. Second action is going to be putting that one there as a little mushroom. So those are my 2 actions. It's back over to my opponent. My opponent is going to be playing one of these and going to be playing on red, trying to get as many red actions as it can. It does prioritize brown over green, so it would like to go over here, but it needs to try and get as many red actions as possible before anything else. And so that placement is probably what would work best for the opponent. 2 red, 2 green. Again, green is going to just simply give it acorns. So there's 2 green acorns for it. We're going to color up on the acorns here for my opponent. He's got 11 now at this point. And now 2 red, that's going to be for getting mushrooms out again. And now we are after the first harvest. So the way the red action works for my opponent after the first harvest is a little bit different. We're going to grow baby mushrooms to adult mushrooms, trying to get there to be at least 3 connected adult mushrooms. So the first thing he's going to do with his first red action is to turn this one into a big one. And then the second thing it's going to do is place a baby mushroom on a leaf that's adjacent to that. It doesn't really matter too much whether we go here or we go there. So we're just going to put it right there because it's just trying to get 3. Doesn't matter which direction it goes in. And there we go. So that's the end of its turn. It's back over to me. I'm needing some green leaf cards again. And so I think I'm going to play this Sweet Gum, which is going to be this one way over here. And I could do that, which would get me a lot of leaf cards and 1 sun, which could be good because I would advance the token forward. But I think this is even better. Yeah, look at that. I like that a lot. That's going to get me 2 green, 2 orange, 2 yellow. So yeah, let's do that. So 2 green, I'm going to get 2 leaf cards. We've got 2 ginkgos. All right. I haven't had a single ginkgo leaf come out yet. And then 2 orange. We're going to get 2 animals. Got to refill the market again. And now looking at what's available, I could go with that frog since I already have one. Draw blindly off the top. That's an option. Could go with just 2 foxes. You know what? I'm going to draw 1 off the top. And with that, I do get an acorn. And I am also going to take the other frog. All right, so that worked out pretty well. And then I'm going to get 2 suns, which I do now have enough to advance the sun marker. So I am going to do that. I'm going to cash in 3 suns to advance the marker. And that is going to give me 5 more acorns. So I'm at 14. My opponent is at 11. So I am ahead of him, just barely though. All right, it's my opponent's turn. And he is going to be playing one of these leaves right here. Wish I could memorize what all of these leaves are. It's hard to remember their names. All right, so he's going to be trying to get brown actions this turn. It's the first time we're going to see any brown actions in the game. And so he's not going to be going here unless if it gives him more brown actions. He would try to go there. Let's see if he's able to get more than just the 1. I think that's going to give him 2, which is better than 1. But let's see how many he could get here. I mean, that's 2. That's 2. I don't know that there's any way for him to get more than 2. So he's going to go up there versus playing here because well, that's his mushroom, so it doesn't even matter. So then it comes down to where can he get other actions. And again, the priority being that he wants red, orange, brown, yellow, green. So he's going to want to go for red after brown. So let's just go up here because it saves space on the table. And I like going in that direction. So he's going to get 2 brown and 1 red. With that red action, again, he is going to be putting out mushrooms. He's going to turn his little mushroom into a big mushroom here. And then he's got 2 brown actions. So he's going to be going up the tree. And if he has to make a choice at a fork, he's going to be going to the right as denoted by this card here. So let's move him up the tree. And so that gave him 1 sun and a leaf. So with that 1 sun, he does have 3 now, and he is going to be advancing the sun marker here in just a second. But with that leaf, he also is going to be getting an acorn because that's what the green leaves do for him. So cashing in on 3 suns, we're going to advance the marker. That's going to give him 4 more points. And we have reached the second frost. So it's time for all of us to put away some of our animals. And he is going to be putting away his 2 hedgehogs into his den. I'm going to be putting away my 3 turtles, or frogs, excuse me. So I've got frogs and ravens in my winter's den. And that is that. So it's back over to me. And I've got these 2 ginkgo cards. I think I might be doing that, trying to get some more mushrooms out here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to play these 2 ginkgos, and that would be this leaf right here. And I'm going to put a mushroom on it in just a second. I want to go up the tree too, and so I think I'm going to be playing like that. And I will put a small mushroom on it. Now, I do only have 1 leaf card left, so I'm going to need to get some green actions on my next turn. That's going to be super important. So I have 2 brown, 1 yellow. With that yellow, I will take a sun. And now with 2 brown, I do go up the tree. So let's see. I'm going to get another sun no matter what. I could get a second sun, or I could get a leaf. Well, I do need a leaf, so let's do that. I'm going to get 1 more sun and a leaf. So I do get a leaf card, which is going to be Sweet Gum, and I'll take another sun, which is 3 suns, and I could advance the marker again. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that. So now we are just 1 more advancement away from the end game. And I will get 4 more points for having done that. I'm going to go ahead and color up a bit here. Cashing in that. I believe I have 18 points. My opponent is going to also color up And he's got 16 points. So I'm still ahead, but just barely. All right, my opponent's turn is going to be to play one of these. I think this might be one of the first of these out here. Going to be playing it on an orange leaf, but there aren't any orange leaves because this one orange leaf is completely surrounded. So now it's just going to simply try and connect to as many tips and action points as possible wherever it can go. You know, something in this area probably might work best because that's got a lot of leaves in that area. You know, that's gonna get quite a bit. That would be 3 green, 1 yellow, 1 brown. So let's just go with that. For sake of interest in saving time here, we're going to go with that. So 2 green, 1 yellow, 1 brown. So 2 green is simply going to be 2 acorns. And 1 yellow is going to be a sun. 1 brown is going to be going up the tree again, which is just a straight victory point, an acorn. And so he's pulled in front, and he's got 19 to my 18. So he's 1 point ahead of me now. All right, my turn. I've got a trident maple and a sweet gum. I do like the sweet gum leaf. It has a lot of points to it. I am needing more leaves, but I'm needing other actions too. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with the sweet gum. So we're going to be playing sweet gum, and I want to put it right here, I think, to get me 2 green, 2 yellow, and a brown. So let's go with that. 2 yellow, that's going to be 2 suns. 2 green, that's going to get me 2 more leaf cards. Tulip poplar, trident maple. I've got 2 trident maples now. That's nice. I do need to try to grow my mushrooms a little bit better here. Need some red actions. And then 1 brown. Well, I'm going to go up on the tree. And that's for an acorn, so we're tied now. Now, I do want to point some things out as we're getting close to the end of the game. Whoever's furthest on this tree over here is going to get more victory points than the other people who would be on the tree. So you want to try to go up the tree as best you can. Obviously, you want to build up these groups over here in your winter's den, but you do want groupings of mushrooms, big mushrooms, because that's going to give you more victory points the bigger of your groupings that you have. So there's some things I'm trying to work on before the game comes to an end, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it all. All right, so his turn. He's going to be playing one of these, trying to get yellow actions. We're going to go way up there at the top and see how many yellow actions he's able to get. I think we'll go with that. That'd be 2 yellow and 1 brown. So with the 2 yellow, he is going to be getting 2 suns, and I think that's probably going to bring the game to an end because he does have 3 now, and he went second, and so he's going to be ending the game on this turn. He's going to go up 1 on the tree, which is unfortunate because now he's pulled in front on the tree, and that gave him another acorn, and he is advancing the marker on the track up here. And that's going to give him 3 more victory points. Now, there is one good thing about this all happening right now. We do have a third and final frost. He does not have any animals left over here to play for himself. I do. I've got 2 ravens that I will be playing. Wish they were frogs or orioles instead, but you know, I'll take what I can get. My squirrel over here is not going to help me out at all. But that's that. I believe the game comes to an end, but let me just check the rules real quick to double check on that. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of the game. He went second, and so everybody has gotten an equal number of turns, and we have crossed over into winter. So now it's time to do final scoring. He has gone up further on the tree than I have, and so he is going to get 6 points, while I'm only going to get 3. So we're going to give him 6, and I am going to give him one of these 20-point pieces. So he has, let's color him up a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 29. I do get 3 points for coming in second on the tree. I am going to color up as well. And I've got 22, so he's definitely pulled ahead of me by a margin here. So that's the tree. Next thing that we are going to score is going to be for mushrooms. Now, unfortunately, it's only the big mushrooms that matter, and I only have 2. He only has 2, so this is going to end up being a wash. He gets 3, I get 3. That's unfortunate. And so now we will go on to animals. Now, I'm going to get some points here. He's only got 2 sets of 2, which are going to give 3 points each. So that's a total of 6 points for his animals in his winter den. Whereas I have 2 sets of 2 as well, but I have a set of 3. And so I'm going to get 6 for that one and then 6 for these. So I'm going to get 12. I got twice as many as he got on that, which is nice. Don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll find out soon. And then the last thing that's going to happen is 1 acorn for each 2 sun tokens and or leaf cards that are left over. I do have 2 sun and 3 leaf tokens or cards, so that's going to give me 2 more acorns there. That could be something that maybe helps me and pushes it a little in my favor. We'll find out soon. All right, so I'm going to color him up here. I don't know. I think he might still have gotten me. All right, so his score is going to be 25, 35, 38 points. And my score is going to be 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 points. I think I got him. Let me make sure I counted this right. Yeah, I got him by 1 acorn. Wow, that's really, really close. All because I had more leaf cards and suns. He didn't have anything left over, so he was not able to cash in on the suns, giving him any extra points. So that's what did it for me. Very close game. There you have it, guys. That's the solo version of Leaf. And this is the Deluxe Edition. We've got the wooden leaves. I do want to point out this beautiful mat that we've been playing on. This is the Nature mat. It is from Game Toppers LLC, and they are running a Kickstarter for this right now, so do check that out. You can get yourself a copy of this Nature mat. Doesn't it look beautiful with the leaves, this nature-themed leaf game that we're playing here on the beautiful Nature mat. But again, this is Leaf from Weird City Games. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this game. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of all of our great new content. I'm Lance, and this is Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.